Welcome back, students. Welcome to the video lecture in Signal and Systems. As you have studied state space analysis in our previous video lectures, now we are going to study the next unit that is based on sampling theorem. So, to study sampling theorem, we wanted to first study a very important type of signal, that is a periodic impulse train. Means these are impulses that are periodically spaced with their time period. Okay, so let us quickly see what is a periodic impulse train. Okay, so periodic impulse train will look like where I am representing this periodic impulse train with xt. So these are the impulses that are equally spaced. So if we have our first impulse that is at origin like this, then from negative infinity the impulses are placed at equal distances. Like this, that this is at minus t naught, minus 2t naught, minus 3t naught, and they move from negative infinity side. So on the positive side it is at t naught, then we will have the impulse at 2t naught, then we are having an impulse at 3t naught, and so on. It will go up to nt naught. Okay, so this is our time period t, and they are going to nt naught, from minus nt naught to nt naught. So this is a periodic impulse. This signal is very important for analysis of under sampling. Okay, so if I'm wanted to write this signal through a mathematical format, through a mathematical formula, then it will be a signal xt that is a sum. Okay, these are they will be sum together from n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity, and these are impulses, so I am representing it through delta t minus n, and as the time period is t naught, so n t naught. So this is a formula for a periodic impulse train. Now we wanted to study the signal as a Fourier series and as a Fourier transform. So we wanted to determine Fourier series and Fourier transform for the signal to move on to our next topic, that is sampling. Okay, so first we will represent the signal through a Fourier series. So as you know, we can write Fourier series for this signal as this is a periodic signal. Okay, so this can be represented by a Fourier series. We are using here the exponential form of Fourier series. So exponential exponential Fourier series will be used here. Okay, so let us see what is a exponential Fourier series. A exponential Fourier series is represented as the signal xt which is a sum from n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity multiplied by a coefficient, that is Fourier series coefficient Cn, with e to the power plus j n omega naught t. So this is the representation for the periodic signal in terms of its exponential Fourier series. To calculate the Fourier series for our signal, that is a periodic impulse train, so let us see how we can calculate the Fourier series for the above signal. So to calculate this Fourier series, we want to determine our Cn. Okay, so first of all we will determine the value of Cn, the Fourier series coefficient. The Fourier series coefficient will be given by a formula. So Cn is equal to 1 divided by t naught time period integration 0 to t naught x of t multiplied by e to the power minus j n omega naught t. Okay, so this is a Fourier series coefficient. So for our signal that is a periodic train, the time period from 0 to t naught, as you can see here, there is no signal. So I am considering this time period from minus t naught by 2 to plus t naught by 2. Okay, so here I am changing the limits only as Cn one by t naught integration minus t naught by 2 to plus t naught by 2. Okay, xt, the signal xt, here we are considering only the time period, that is t naught by 2 minus t naught by 2 to plus t naught by 2. So this is the time period that we are only considering here for calculating the Cn. Okay, so from minus t naught by 2 to t naught by 2 signal exists, and the value of the signal is delta t. So in the formula for Cn, I can write delta t multiplied by e to the power minus j n omega naught t. Okay, and here we have integration, so this is dt. So as you all know, through direct delta function we can solve this equation and we can directly come to our answer. Okay, so you have seen this before in our classroom lectures, that Cn will be now equal to 1 by T naught, as delta T minus 0 is written here. Okay, so it will look like delta T minus 0. So if any signal multiplied by delta T minus 0, and we wanted to solve the integration, because at 0 time the signal will exist, so from minus T naught by 2 to T naught by 2 the signal will exist, and we can apply the direct formula by replacing a T only here with 0. Okay, so in our answer we will have it as E multiplied by minus j e to the power minus j n omega naught 0. Okay, and this will be equal to 1 by T naught. So the value of Cn that you are seeing here is T naught. Okay, so in this way we come to a conclusion that xt will be written as sum n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. The value of Cn is 1 by T naught e to the power j n omega naught t. Okay, so in this way we have written a Fourier series for our signal xt, that is a periodic impulse train. So in both the forms we can write our periodic signal. Now moving further, so till now you have seen that xt signal, which is periodic impulse train, that is represented by n is equal to minus infinity to positive infinity delta t minus n T naught, is represented also as sum n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity 1 by T naught e to the power j n omega naught t. Okay, so both the formulas can be written for our periodic impulse train. Okay, so let us now quickly see what will be the Fourier transform. Okay, so now we wanted to calculate the Fourier transform, and we will do it by using the properties. Okay, so you can easily determine the Fourier transform. As you know, we have calculated the Fourier transform for delta t. If at this moment we are having signal delta t, then the Fourier transform will be 1, and for 1 the Fourier transform can be calculated using property of duality, which is equal to 2 pi delta omega. Okay, and also you have seen if this one is multiplied by e to the power j omega naught t, then the Fourier transform will be 2 pi delta omega minus omega naught, and if we are having negative sign, then it will become plus. Like this. So here in our problem we are having the same type of problem. So we wanted to calculate the Fourier transform for a signal that is represented by our Fourier series. So we wanted to calculate the Fourier transform for this part. So we want to calculate Fourier transform for this part, and we will determine it through this property. Okay, so we use the property and we can see that the Fourier transform for the signal the Fourier transform for this signal is n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. It is equal to 1 by t naught, and here we will have 2 pi delta omega, as only n is also multiplied with e to the power j n omega naught t. So we are having 2 pi delta omega, and in place of omega naught we are having n omega naught. Okay, so as it is positive here, so we are having delta omega minus n omega naught, and 2 pi is multiplied also. Okay, so in this way we have calculated the Fourier transform for the signal. So let us quickly revise what we have learned today. So first of all, we wanted to analyze what is a periodic impulse train. So as you can see on the screen, that a periodic impulse train is a series of impulses that is everywhere but equally spaced with t naught as time period. So these are kind of a periodic type of signal. Okay, this is a kind of a periodic type of signal. So we can represent this periodic type of signal with a equation here, that is xt is equal to n is equal to minus infinity to infinity, that is a sum, and delta t minus n t naught. Now we wanted to represent it through our exponential Fourier series, which can be written by xt is equal to sum n is equal to minus infinity to infinity cn e to the power j n omega naught t. Okay, where Cn, the value of Cn is equal to 1 by T naught integration 0 to T naught xt e to the power minus j and omega naught t dt. Now, as the periodic impulse train exists in between or will be between minus T naught by 2 to T naught by 2, as you can see here. So the time period in Cn will be changed accordingly, and at that time we can place this delta t over here. Okay, rest will be same. We are using a property of our impulse function here, that is, if delta t is multiplied by a signal, that is e to the power minus j and omega naught t, then the t will be replaced by the value equal to 0. So in that way we have achieved to our answer, that is 1 by T naught here. So we have determined the value of Cn. After that, you have seen that by replacing Cn here by 1 by T naught and rest will be same, this series will be written like this. Okay, so the formula for periodic impulse train is modified using the Fourier series. Okay, now this Fourier series formula will be used to determine the Fourier transform of this periodic impulse train. So delta t for Fourier transform of delta t is 1. We are using the property of duality here, that one will have a Fourier transform 2 pi del omega, and if we multiplied e to the power plus minus j omega naught t, the formula will be changed to 2 pi delta omega minus plus omega naught, and we are using this formula to determine the Fourier transform for the signal, and in this way we have achieved our Fourier transform. So I hope you will enjoy this video, and in the next video lecture we will cover sampling theorem, and we will see how sampling is important and why sampling is important, and how we will formalize the sampling theorem. So till then, stay tuned to the video lectures in signal and systems, and thank you very much.